Hi, everybody. I'm Luann Fortune. I'm with Saybrook University in the College of Integrative Medicine and Health Sciences, and I am delighted to have you with me for Mindful Moments. And we broadcast live every Monday, not Wednesday, Friday at 9:15, and you can find out more about that if you go to the Saybrook website. That's Saybrook University, Saybrook EDU. Today, I'm going to guide us through a mindfulness exercise that is also useful as a guided meditation. But the difference is today that I'm actually going to take us through this, beginning with your eyes open. And then if you would like to proceed with your eyes closed, that works as well. It is called the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise or coping technique, and it's used very often in counseling, in cognitive therapies, and there is a limited research on it, but it certainly is categorized as a mindfulness practice. So I'm going to guide you through sensing, perceiving, and absorbing 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And in this exercise, I invite you to actually do it. So rather than keeping your eyes closed and imagining these things, I invite you to do it with your eyes open to see if you can capture that mindful moment in the present using all of your 5 senses. And to begin, acknowledge that you are in a space of mindfulness, that we have gathered here together today for this time to become present and for today to particularly ground. So I invite you to turn your phones on to vibrate only, perhaps close the door, turn off any other ringer devices, and begin with a generous breath, breathing in and breathing out. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, invite yourself to create this space for yourself to take in the present moment, working with your senses. So begin with 5 things you can see, one at a time, not all at once. So look around you in the room that you're in or the space that you occupy, in your corporeal self, in your 3-dimensional world. And notice one thing, starting just with one thing, and allow your eyes to rest on that one thing that is in your room, your space, within your eyesight, your real eyesight. And notice, what is the shape of that thing? What about its color? What's your sense of its texture by gazing on it? What about its lines and its surface? And how does it occupy 3-dimensional space? Breathing in and breathing out. And now, if you're ready, comfortably move to a, a 4 thing, 5, 4, a 4th thing you can see, or actually a 2nd thing you can see. And notice its color, shape, size, texture, how light might flicker off of it. Maybe it's even moving, like a pendulum or a fan, or a toy the cat is playing with. And notice how it too occupies space. Breathing in and breathing out. And now allow your eyes to rest on a third thing you can see. And again, notice the color, the shape, the size, perhaps the perspective. Perhaps all those wonderful terms about its tone and vibrance from your art class long ago or yesterday. Breathing in and breathing out. And now a fourth thing that you can see with your eyes, your actual eyes. And for anyone here who is listening to this, who has a different level of sight, I invite you to use that capacity for seeing color, texture, line, surface, light. Breathing in and breathing out. And now find a fifth thing that you can see and settle on to the moment of experiencing that. And if any names or words come up for you, you might just sort of acknowledge them. They might be names of color or movement or shadow and light. And as you breathe in and breathe out, acknowledge what an amazing sense this is, the sense of smell, sense of sight, settling in, seeing. And now move on. And we'll move on to four things that we can touch. And in the space that you occupy right now, using your fingers or your skin, the incredible integumentary system that creates this membrane between our inner and our outer self. Notice one thing you can touch. It might be the surface of your desk or the edge of your computer or the clothes you're wearing. Breathing in, breathing out. And now move on to a second thing you can touch. Perhaps it's you're touching your own skin, fingers to fingers. Notice what the texture is. Is it rough? Is it smooth? What can you feel in this touch? Breathing in and out. And now touch a third thing in your space. And if you feel like you want to move around and go off to another side of your space to touch something that's calling to you and to notice, does it have sharp edges? Does it have firm roundness? Is it soft and squishy? Breathing in and out. And now a fourth thing that you can touch, that you can feel beneath the surface of your hands or perhaps your feet. Maybe you want to notice how your feet feel to the rug or the earth or the floor below you. As you're breathing in and breathing out. And you might just acknowledge what an amazing thing this is, this sense of touch. and how it's always available for us. And now I guide you to notice three things you can hear. Notice first one thing you can hear. Perhaps it's the sound of the fan or the air vent or the humming of your computer. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you allow yourself to focus on a second thing you can hear, notice its tone. Notice if it vibrates through your body. Notice if you're hearing with your ears only or your whole self. What do we mean by high pitch and low pitch? Or maybe it's complex and it's music playing somewhere distant in the background. Breathing in, breathing out. And now a third thing you can hear. You might allow your hearing to go even further, maybe to the next room. Maybe you can hear people talking or laughing or cars passing by on the street or the flutter of the wings of a bird that just went by your window. Breathing in and out. And notice what an amazing thing it is, this sense of hearing, hearing, and how it's something you do with your ears, but also your whole body. And for those of you who might have different ways of hearing, how you experience sound, vibration, tone, breathing in and out. And now I invite you to find two things in your space that you can smell. If you can, smell through your nose, or maybe you need a whole mouth breath to smell. And as you breathe in and out, notice if it is the coffee brewing down the hall or the smell of the air pushing through vents coming from the laundry room. Or maybe it's the soap from this morning's shower on your own skin. Breathing in and out. I invite you to notice the smell of a second thing. And also while you're doing that, notice that we smell with our whole body. Research actually indicates that we have smell receptors everywhere. So your kidneys can actually smell coffee. Breathing in and out. And one last place, because your smell is so connected to what we taste, I invite you to notice one thing you can taste. For real. Is it the remnants of your morning toothpaste? Is it the taste of the air around you? Is it the taste you associate with what you just ate last? Breathing in and out. What an amazing thing this sense of taste is. And in this last breath in and out, you might notice how all of these sensations combine in real time to form just a piece of our experience. But it's time now for me to call you back to the bigger realm of your experience to prepare you to move on to where you will be next. And as you begin to transition to where you will go next, you might notice that even with our eyes open, our ears open, our hands open, our smells and our tastes wide open, that here in this shared space, we're still in a mindful state. and choose not to speak for now, or if you speak from your own experience in ways that would not take others out of their own experience. And then consider bringing this sense of presence to your day. That would be a fruit of this practice. Thank you for joining me at Saybrook University Mindfulness Moments. The recordings are available on our YouTube self-care channel. We invite you to subscribe, and we are here live every Monday and Friday at 9:15 Pacific Time. Also, the audio recordings are on Spotify and directly on our website. Thank you for being here, and have a mindful day.